Warning, do not try this. This video is not legal advice and does not create an attorney-client relationship. Please seek legal counsel regarding your particular situation. I'm telling you, do not try quoting these penal codes and end up with the FBI knocking on your door.
Without a shadow of a doubt, if I thought that I was doing something wrong, when I was released from that jail cell, I wouldn't have came back to my home. We wouldn't be sitting inside of here. That's not what someone who's doing something wrong does.
I could see if I was selling drugs, had a house full of firearms, running a dog fighting ring, harming and abusing people, or doing anything illegal, I would understand and know what this raid was about.
The FBI didn't give a reason for the federal search or say what they were looking for.
Anything and everything. You know, it's not our search warrant, it's a federal search warrant.
This is Sheriff Ricky Skamen, who just helped partake in the FBI raid and don't even know what it's pertaining to. Well, 2 days before the raid, I was Googling and researching if a convicted felon could possess a firearm in the state of Texas. And boy, oh boy. Yes, a convicted felon in Texas can possess a firearm at home, but only if 5 years have passed since completing the full sentence, including parole or probation. And this is subject to strict limitations and conflicts with federal law. While Texas law allowed this home possession exception, federal law prohibits felons from possessing firearm at all, creating a significant risk, though federal policy often defers to state law if state exceptions is met. This is what I use to show how the state law and federal law are different. One may be legal while the other is illegal. Because August the 12th, 2018, when I bailed out of jail, the FBI handed me the house keys and the car keys, and I went right back to 429 Chambers Street.
The FBI has currently made no arrests in their investigation. Contacts of Central Texas News Now say he's returned to the home you're seeing behind me, though as of now, that is yet to be confirmed. In Marlin, Aaron Heft, Central Texas News Now.
Aaron, thank you. As more information develops, we'll keep you up to date both on air and online.
Do you see now why I say the news is their little secret weapon? Because the news simply repeat whatever is told to them to its viewer.
He was arrested prior to the FBI raid on the home he had been trespassing in.
Sheriff Ricky Skamen later told us Bledsoe lived here illegally.
Sheriff Skamen believes the FBI's investigation will eventually lead to charges, but he couldn't say when.
According to Skamen, Bledsoe smuggled a phone into the jail recently during a contempt of court arrest for disorderly conduct during a court proceeding in Lott Municipal Court.
And you got to remember, it's more than one person in that house watching the news. So as of now, the news repeat the lies that have been told to them. They say that I was locked up for contempt of court.
During a contempt of court.
But they don't know that I have it recorded for my record. Well, February the 21st, 2018, when Lott took me to the padded cell.
He can go in the padded cell until he decides he wants to talk.
So
he can just go to jail.
They stripped me butt naked. So July the 10th, 2018, when Lott Police Chief handcuffed me in the courtroom, why would I try to smuggle a cell phone with the same officers that stripped me butt naked February the 21st, 2018? But yet the news simply repeating the information to its viewers.
That day, the sheriff reported to the media that Bledsoe's arrest was in reference to smuggling a phone inside of a jail. The sheriff says he smuggled a cell phone into the jail during a previous arrest for contempt of court.
During a contempt of court arrest for disorderly conduct.
On Monday, an FBI raid in Marlin made headlines, and by Tuesday, Central Texas News Now confirmed the raid had to do with an investigation into so-called sovereign citizens.
Defamation of character occurs when someone makes a false statement against you, which they publish or state as facts, causing harm to your personal and professional reputation, and other damages such as emotional distress and financial loss.
The FBI didn't give a reason for the federal search or say what they were looking for.
Anything and everything.
Well, he said that because he don't know, talking about anything and everything. No, who lied to the FBI? Name the reason y'all raided me, but they didn't name anything specifically, because if they didn't find that but found drugs, that would have been their big drug bust talk. Sorry, I didn't get my money from selling drugs. They didn't name anything specifically because if they didn't find that but found a firearm, that would have been the big convicted felon with the firearm news talk. But because everything was legit, they fine-tooth combed through everything and found nothing. And this is what they came back with later.
Later, a law enforcement source confirmed the FBI's interest in Bledsoe stemmed from his role in the so-called sovereign citizen movement.
That's the voice of Dennis Turner. He just shared with his viewers that I play a role in the sovereign citizen movement.
From his role in the so-called sovereign citizen movement.
Well, is it making more sense to you now when I say the news could be used as a weapon? Because as of now, the news station is broadcasting to as many viewers that I have misbehaved in court and was charged with contempt of court.
During a contempt of court arrest for disorderly conduct.
Now the news is repeating to as many viewers that I smuggled a cell phone into jail.
The sheriff says he smuggled a cell phone into the jail.
The news broadcasts that I play a role into the sovereign citizen movement.
Stemmed from his role in the so-called sovereign citizen movement.
That's very dangerous. They're calling me a sovereign citizen, not allegedly, despite my non-violent history. Listen at what group they have me attached to simply because I chose to educate myself.
Some sovereigns pose a danger. The Southern Poverty Law Center agrees, calling sovereigns domestic terrorists. Lawmen tend to give sovereigns a wide berth because some have a history of killing cops.
So now he's painting a picture to his viewers that I play a role to a group that's known for killing cops. Look at how many times she changed clothes, which is different times, different days, broadcasting negative things about me.
And that was Dennis Turner reporting. In surveys conducted in 2014 and 2015, law officers from around the country ranked the risk of terrorism from sovereign citizens higher than that of any other group, including Islamic extremists, militias, and neo-Nazis.
Sovereigns typically don't follow government law, and they will often take over vacant property.
Do you see how they wording it? To have the viewers think I'm a sovereign citizen who typically doesn't follow government law.
Typically don't follow government law.
When the truth of the matter is they're mad at me for reading and following the law, making them stick to the law. All of this stemmed from the lot stop. I quoted Texas Transportation Code subsection 201.904 pertaining to the speed signs. Took it to trial, got found not guilty, proving that the speed stop is a fraudulent stop. See, these are their codes. These are their rules. These are their government laws that I'm following.
Typically don't follow government law.
And number 1, off of Bledsoe 10 Commandment, Texas Penal Code 38.02. See, these are their codes. These are their rules. These are their government laws that I'm following.
Sovereigns typically don't follow government law, and they will often take over vacant property.
Okay, number 6 off of Bledsoe 10 Commandment is adverse possession. Well, adverse possession is a legal principle where the trespasser can gain legal title to another's property by occupying it openly, continuously, and you can see what the key requirements are. Number 1, actual possession, physical presence and use. 2, open and notorious. The occupation must be obvious, not hidden, so the true owner should notice. 3, exclusive. The possessor must possess the land as if he or she was the owner, not sharing it with the public or owner. 4, hostile. Without the owner's permission, it's adverse to their rights. And number 5, continuous, uninterrupted possession for the entire statutory period. That's what they're trying to interfere with. See, these are their codes. These are their rules. These are their government laws that I'm following.
Agents were bringing boxes out of the home with Marlin Police, DPS, and Falls County deputies assisting.
After watching the news spread the lies on me, I seen what they was attempting to do. Watching them tote the boxes of important paperwork away gave me the urgency to go to the courthouse and get another copy of my adverse possession deed, just in case if they try to come back.
If you can just provide this information for me, your IDs, if you live here.
If I wasn't supposed to be here, the courthouse should not be going along with this illegal activity. See, they're not used to seeing us come to the courthouse on this side of the counter. They're used to us coming to the courthouse with the handcuffs on. And speaking of courthouse, this is Falls County Courthouse being renovated. So we're headed to Falls County Courthouse Annex. And today's date is August the 14th, 2018, which is 2 days after the federal raid. So if I was doing anything wrong, let's see if they call the police on me while I'm in this courthouse. 429 Chambers. Can I have a printout on what's owed? Last time it's been paid. I'm not sure if you heard her or not, but she said, I surely can. They be being so sweet. See, if you're doing your job the right way, you shouldn't even mind if you're being recorded.
Well, these are from, oh, that was from 2000. This was from 2018. I didn't even pay that one. But you want that one too?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, that was paid on 2000 by you.
Yes.
$50.
Yes.
And that was paid by you on the year. That's the year up there that it was paid towards, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And this is the date right here.
Yes, ma'am.
It was paid, okay?
This individual and then
This lady.
Hey.
Martha.
Y'all know how to get in touch with Alvin Wright?
Man, when I walked into that courthouse, I was met by an angel. Rest in peace to the late, great Miss Sandy Hodges.
Y'all know how to get in touch with Alvin Wright?
That much.
Okay. And you related? Hey, Alvin Wright?
Yes, ma'am.
He left his cell phone in my office, and I can't get into it to call him and tell him he left it. But he doesn't have a cell phone because it's in my office.
You was fixing the call.
Yeah, he was finna call. It's the same thing I was gonna do, and I tried. It was making a funny noise, and I ran, and just before I got to it, I
just right to today's date.
couldn't get to it. What you paying? Where'd you get all that money? Give me 20. No, I'm kidding. I got to buy lunch for the inmates. No, I can't do that.
Listen to me now, listen. You remember Wade at the courthouse, Wade over there?
Yeah.
I told you guys I was going to come and give you a gift.
Well,
I placed that paperwork up on top of that counter. Miss Hodges read it, looked up at me and said, "You do know if the original owners come back for it, you have to give their property back to them." I immediately started smiling. And the reason I started smiling is because I didn't even know such law even existed. Because as small as Marlin, Texas is, I was raised by Cullen Street Apartments, San Antonio Street projects, and the projects across the street from King Street Park. These apartments raised families in them, while nice houses, aka properties, were abandoned. And when I say abandoned, Marlin, Texas was letting these houses fall to the ground because the people lacked the knowledge.
well, I'm gonna tell the inmates it's for you.
Yes, ma'am. I mean that.
What? Yeah. Or y'all? What you doing? Paying taxes?
I'm going to talk to the lady.
Taxes.
She's on her way up here.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm.
You really are gonna feed the inmates?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna go tell y'all see this.
And
This is
I
not
don't
for
want.
the
I don't
public.
want it
This
just
is
to
not
be
for
from.
ours. This is for my. No, you know what? I'm that way. Pay it forward.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
You
ma'am.
get a lot more in return, but I'm gonna go tell them right
Yes,
now it's from
ma'am.
you.
Thank you so very much, ma'am.
Rest in peace to the late Miss Sandy Hodges, such an angel. So despite the FBI raid and all the negative news that's being aired to the public, as we all can see behind closed doors, 2 days after the raid, the courthouse gave me a new copy of the deed. If what I'm doing is so wrong, the courthouse is supposed to say, "I'm sorry, Mr. Bledsoe." Well, after getting my paperwork and returning back to 429 Chambers Street, Channel 44 News was on the scene. So when I exit the car, I was approached by Kendall Green. He said, "How's it going, Mr. Bledsoe? I was wondering if you wanted to tell your side of the story." I was like, "What?" I told him, "Sure, I'll let you record me." Watch this. Here we go. I told him, "Sure, I'll let you record me, as long as you allow me to record it as well." He said, "Sure." Not knowing I wanted to record it, so if he went back to the news station and said some negative things about me, I would have footage of me sharing the truth and showing the facts.
You don't follow bloods and the crip sense. My words try to fall like a gypsy, but you ain't heard nothing cause your tipsy. Got me hollering like Dip said. Your brain and your tool used to fix shit. Explain to me why we don't use it. Run, don't do that bitch and abuse it. Why your actions so confusing? Why your ass is always losing? You gon' learn a day from these acoustics. Catch a day and somewhere snoozing. Go to spring knowledge like a oozing. Same information I be using. First you love yourself, then you prove it. The life you live in the movie. The actions you made was hard, but look at them now, they are smoothie. The blunt has burnt to a doobie. Loving your brother, I know that's a newbie. You're telling me trust someone who for years have been trying to do me. Speaking to me, he look like me, walk like me, and talk like me. On a block like me, the same amount. Ducking and dodging the cops like me.
Had him locked in. When I tell y'all he was over here for 3 hours, the man didn't want to leave. Bro actually became a fan. Do you think he would want to take a picture with the
sovereign citizens higher than that of any other group, including Islamic extremists, militias, and neo-Nazis?
I looked Kendall Green in his eyes and I told him, when you get back to that news station, them people not finna allow you to use none of this knowledge that you just recorded. Here's what they allowed him to say.
2 days after FBI agents raided his home on a federal search warrant, Ray Bledsoe is speaking out for the first time. He says law enforcement didn't get it right. Fox 44's Kendall Green, he spoke with him earlier. He joins us now live in the studio. Hey, Kendall, what did he have to say?
Hey, Adam. Ray Bledsoe has a reputation in the Marlin community for raising awareness of citizens' rights when it comes to being approached by police. After a few taped encounters he's posted, he says he believes he's being targeted in retaliation. He shared that he doesn't think he deserves it.
Yeah. The very next day, I received a phone call from Falls County Sheriff Ricky Skaven.
How about what you did? About 10 days down
I tell you what. Let me call. This your number right here?
Well, it's the office number, but let me tell you. Let me give you another number.
Yes. Just a minute. Let me grab some.
803 1000. 803 1000.
I'm finna call my mother right now, and I'm gonna be hitting you back. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Let me know.
Yes, sir. All right, brother.
Thanks, Ray.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, peep this here. Fat on the Square Part 1 had 17 shares. Fat on the Square Part 2 had 2 shares. Fat on the Square Part 3 had 7 shares. Fat on the Square Part 4 had 7 shares. Fat on the Square Part 5 had 17 shares. If y'all rockin' with me like y'all say y'all rockin' with me, share it, man. Let's get it out there. Thanks. Part 7 on the way.